Guys, ammunition for this video has been provided by Browne Works Inc., manufacturer of fine custom handgun grips. If you guys are looking for very unique, very customized handgun grips for your favorite handgun, contact Mark at Browne Works Inc., link in the description below, and create something beautiful for your favorite handgun. And don't forget to tell them Wyoming Gun Project sent you.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are taking a look at the Taurus G3 striker fired handgun in 9mm. So this is, well, it's a Taurus. So it is a budget friendly firearm. So to all those people out there that are like, oh, you flashing all your rich guns, you don't. I have lots of budget firearms, okay? And this is one of them. I actually think, spoiler alert, I actually think this is a pretty good gun, especially for the price. So, what is this? This is a full size, duty handgun in 9mm. It is striker fired. It has an external thumb safety. Now, I think there are models that do not come with this, but the price was so cheap on this. When I bought it, I was like, I don't care about that. And I actually kind of enjoy it because it's very reminiscent of a 1911 safety. So I can get my thumb right on there and get my hands up in there tight and rest that on there, which, because I shoot a lot of 1911s, I dig. This has very nice, very sharp front and rear serrations. I dig the beveled nose on this gun. It does have, is this plastic? I think these are, no, this is metal. Is this one plastic up front though? No, they're metal. Why did I think they were plastic? I think they're metal. At least the rear one's a metal one. No, that's metal. So it has metal, a single white dot front sight with the, see if you can see right there, serrated, there we go, the serrated rear sight. The lines are very smooth on this gun. It's not all blocky and everything like all the way up to Gen 4 Glocks, which I don't like, blocky guns. I dig the lines on this gun. I think the grip texture is pretty darn good. It's pretty grippy, man. I got no complaints. It's not super sharp where it's cutting you like if you're wearing it all day and it's rubbing against your side, but it's not weak either. This one does not have swappable back straps though. That's one of the things with this gun. No swappable back straps. It does have 3 Picatinny slots up front. It does have little thumb rests on either side. All right, it also has little thumb rest up there, which if you're an engineering type little, an ingenious type little, you got some ingenuity, you can stipple that if you wanted to, where you can rest your trigger finger in there knowing, all right, I can feel that little indention, and then you can rest your thumb up on this front one. So those are cool. I dig that. It's a little bit of weight savings right there, and it's a place for your trigger finger on your shooting hand, on your dominant hand, and your thumb on your support hand. Again, little thumb rest cutouts right there. That's where, how you choose to shoot. This one is a little bit different than some of the other striker fired handguns on the market in the fact that it has double strike capability. So the striker is technically down on this one, and then you can pull all the way through in a double action. Let's say you get a dud, you could just keep pulling the trigger and it will fire. So I picked up this gun for $229 credits. So $229 was the price on this gun. Came with 2 magazines. Now, I know you can get this cheaper. I know some people pick them up for like $189, $199. I think it was $229, $219, so $229, I think. You get one 17 round and one 15 round magazine. Now the 17 round kind of sticks way out of the gun. Now it makes it a huge, huge grip where I can get a full firing grip without this magazine. But you get your 2 extra rounds, which is cool. And it's kind of got like a little indentation right here if you need to strip it off. The one kind of boo-boo thing about it that a lot of manufacturers do, it's got the sleeve that comes loose on it, you know. So not that I would carry this gun for concealed carry because it's a little too big for that. And there are a bunch of options out there that have the same capacity that are a lot smaller and lighter and geared more towards concealed carry. This is kind of a full-size gun, but I would carry it with this mag first, so I wouldn't have to fiddle with that and then use this one as the reload. The build quality on this is, you know, standard Taurus build quality, which is not the best, but it's satisfactory. Guys, if you know, you're getting into high point territory, and in my opinion, this is a far and away better gun than a high point. If you're looking at a high point for like $189, $199, $179, whatever the price is, and you can get these for the same, right around $200, kick in an extra $20, $30 if that's what it takes, and pick up one of these. They are much better than a high point. I think this is a really nice budget offering from Taurus. And I've had my issues with Taurus in the past. And in the last couple of years, though, I have always said, I've maintained that they have stepped up their game, and they are stepping up their game. This one has the wider inertial trigger safety on it, so it's a lot more comfortable. I think some of the problems some people had with like the Glock ones is they're real thin, and they can, after extended range sessions, they can kind of wear out the pad on your finger. This one's much wider. It's much more comfortable to shoot. This has the Glock takedown, same takedown as a Glock. Man, I cannot complain about this gun. I've owned this gun for a while, and it's been totally reliable, and it's accurate enough. It's accurate enough to get the job done, especially in a defensive situation. So let's see how much it weighs, what the trigger pull is, and then we'll take it out and just see how it shoots. So with the factory supplied 15 round magazine, 2544, all right, that's what that is, 2544. With the factory supplied 15 rounder, the factory supplied 17 rounder, 2590, okay? And let's just see. So almost 26 ounces unloaded. Stuff a bunch of 9 and there'll be more, but there's so many different weights of 9mm that I'm not gonna test them all. Okay, so we're gonna do, this is how it would be if you needed to fire it. Safety, oh, by the way, thumb safety is very positive, and there's no downward play. You can hear the audible clicks. So I got no problem with that. Let's do the trigger pull on the single action, how it would be if you fired it. 4.44. Let me rock it again, because then we'll do the double action. 5.10 and 4.0. That's not bad at all. Now let's do the double action. So it's been fired, and this is kind of the restrike capability action. 534, 560, and 554. That's not bad at all, man. That's not, I mean, it's really not. The way they designed this. So here's how the single action is. If you're carrying it, walking around, safety's on, oh, I need to use it. Sweep the safety off. There's gonna be, you're gonna depress the trigger dingus. There's gonna be this much take up to a wall, and then just a little bit of movement and it breaks. It's actually not a bad trigger at all. It really isn't. Now, let's say it just goes click and you're like, oh crap, I need to do second strike capability. Okay, so there's the take up to the wall right there. Now you're pulling. What I believe is happening is you're retracting the striker. Now you've hit some resistance right there. You're still pulling through a little bit more, and then it goes. So I think that's what it is. So this is striker fully cocked. Take up, really nice trigger pull. But if you got a click, no bang, right? Uh-oh, I need to pull again. Now you're actually physically retracting the striker all the way, and there it is. So I really can't say anything bad about this gun, especially for right around the $200 range. I just can't. So let's take it out to the range and see how it shoots.
Live fire portion of this review. We have our Taurus G3. We have C-zone steel at about 20 yards. We have some 9mm ammunition. And let's just see how this sucker shoots. Accuracy portion of this review. We have our Taurus G3. We have 3 rounds, 115 grain, 9mm. We have a 3-inch shoot and see. Ignore these two. This was from a previous review I was doing of a Smith & Wesson model 19-5 357 Magnum revolver. That is a group I shot with 38 Special. That's with 357 Magnum. I pulled that bottom one. I'll put a link to that review below. Go check that out if it's dropped before this one. But we're going to focus on this top one right here. I'm going to go back 7 yards and we're going to fire a 3-shot group and just see how it shoots. Okay, guys, there it is. Not the most accurate pistol I own, and shooting just a tad low because I was putting the white front dot sight on the red dot. I like to cut the target in half my sight and have the rounds hit up here. But that is 100% acceptable for defensive accuracy. So let's go and get the final thoughts. Okay, folks, final thoughts on the Taurus G3. I think it's good, man. I really do. As discussed, the tabletop comes with one 15 round and one 17 round magazine with this doo-doo little extendo thing. But you know, Taurus isn't the only company doing that shit. But find a way to attach it over here, man, because this thing flopping around in your pocket, if this is what you're carrying and stuff, that's stupid. So that's good. It comes with 2 magazines. A lot of companies, big American companies nowadays, are only giving you 1 magazine with your gun.
Still get 2 with Taurus, so that is good. For $229, I think this thing is awesome. You know, thumb safety, I don't mind. Now, normally I hate thumb safeties on striker fired handguns. The reason I don't mind this one is I could get a thumb purchase on like a 1911. So I actually don't mind that at all. I like shooting it like that because it's almost like shooting a 1911. Grip texture is disgusting. The tabletop grip texture is fantastic. You do get the second strike capability on this gun. Should you have a, you know, a misfire or dud or something, just pull through it kind of like a revolver. You know, fit and finish is okay. I haven't had any reliability issues with this. It's definitely plenty accurate, especially for a defensive handgun. And again, for $229, man, and you could get these for cheaper than that. I've seen them for like $189, $199 without the safety. I believe they have a model without the safety in a bunch of different colors. I got a tactical one that's cut. I did a review on that on the channel. Tactical one that's cut here. It's got suppressor right sights, all that kind of jazz. So I would definitely choose this over, like, let's say a high point. Now I know high points are about the same price, man. You tell me you got $30, heck, $30 won't even fill up a tank of gas at the time of filming this. So kick in an extra 20 or 30 bucks and get you one of these instead of like that big chunky high point. Not shitting on high point. Everything I've seen from them, they're reliable, they work, they're accurate enough also. But this is a step way above that. And this one gets a thumbs up from me. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.